I think that it's critical that we go over the actual messages that the MAGA Republican gubernatorial candidate in North Carolina posted that's being discussed. MAGA Republican gubernatorial candidate and current Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson was handpicked by Donald Trump. Donald Trump bragged about strongly endorsing Mark Robinson to be the governor of North Carolina. He's now the Republican nominee, defeating people who were probably significantly better candidates and more qualified than him in the Republican Party. I'm sure by now you're aware of this really well done CNN expose by their K-File reporters, which exposed that Mark Robinson had been making these posts from 2008 to 2012 on these pornographic websites. But CNN described the posts in broad detail as being inappropriate, as being misogynistic, as being sexual in nature. They would not actually go into the content of it. I think that does an injustice. I think we have to see, even if we don't want to, we have to look at the language that's being used, because this person is still running for governor in North Carolina. And I think we have a responsibility to talk about it. I think we can be adults and look at some of this difficult language. And I want to warn you, some of the language is triggering, but we have to see it and not just use labels. It's like when people say, oh, Donald Trump's using inappropriate language, but we like to show you what he's saying. That's why I go play the clip. Like when Donald Trump gave a speech not too long ago in Anaheim, California, and Donald Trump was talking about indicting the mother effers and then actually just cursed. Here, play this clip.
What they've done is they've gone after opponents so that if you become president or some other job, but if you become president and you don't like somebody, or if somebody's beating you by 10, 15, or 20 points like we're doing with crooked Joe Biden, let's indict the motherfucker. Let's indict him.
So you see, like, I think it's important that we actually say what it is that they're saying. Or when Donald Trump posted a photo, this was recently in the past few weeks, remember he posted the photo of Vice President Kamala Harris and Senator Clinton together, Hillary Clinton, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton together. And then Donald Trump wrote, funny how blowjobs impacted both their careers differently. Or he reposted that. Someone else wrote that text, but he reposts, funny how blowjobs impacted both their careers differently. Just saying that's a misogynistic post, I don't think does it justice that he's using this oral sex term and showing a photo of them, which is just so demeaning. But just saying it's demeaning to me is not enough. Okay, so let's go over right now the text messages, or rather the posts by Mark Robinson on this pornographic website that none of the media is running, but I think it's important that we go over. I'm going to not use the curse words, or try not to. I'm going to call it the P word or the F word, but you can see it for yourself. So let's just show you what it is. Now, Robinson denies this, but there's overwhelming evidence to suggest it's his, but he denies it, and he's not giving any specifics. So here's his username was Mini Soldier, and here's what's written. Fellas, this was from April 19th, 2008. Fellas, let your girl think she is in control, and you can do what you want. I've been married 18 years and have been effing whoever I want when I want, including my wife's fine-ass sister, who does threesomes with me and another girl we know. They both love that ass-to-mouth thing, and there is nothing like having your balls sucked and asshole licked while deep in some P word. And it goes on to say, the piss thing is more common than most people think, and many want to admit. I have a FB that loves to lay on her stomach, spread open her ass, and have me piss all over her A word and P. The longer and hotter the stream, the more she loves it. Sometimes she lies on her back and herself, and when she's about to, she wants me to piss harder, and a fast stream on her and up her. Of course, I love her piss on me. I'm not going to even read this one anymore. But I do want to show you this. Donald Trump, when he was at a high school recently, was giving a speech about getting peed on by hookers, golden showers. And he talks about it. He says he doesn't like it because he thinks Melania wouldn't like it and that it would cause a lot of germs or something. But this is what he talked about in a high school. Here, play this clip.
He was with 4 hookers. You think that was good that night to go up and tell my wife, it's not true, darling, I love you very much? It's not true. Actually, that one she didn't believe because she said he's a germaphobe. He's not into that, you know? He's not into golden showers, as they say they call that. He's not. I don't like that idea. No, I didn't. I thought that would be a big problem. I was going to have a rough night, but that one she was very good on. She said, no.
I'm sorry I wasn't going to read the other one even more, but I think you get the point of, but again, I can say, oh, these are misogynistic and gross, but like, I think it's important that we have some detail. I couldn't even get through reading it all because it's that graphic and gross, but you know, I think we need to see what it is that he's saying. Here's another one from this website, October 30th, 2011. Had me another hot morning with the wife's sister. She brought along her laptop this time, and we watched some vids here on NA. The one that really got us hot was called Wet Anal. That vid got her pee soaking wet, and you'll know what I did right. It goes on and on and on. You can see it was good and hard and lubed it down. Then she laid back while I greased the a-hole. I mean, it is actually very hard to read some of these. While I was pumping the dookie chute good, she shot a long stream of piss up in the air that covered my chest and stomach. It was so effing hot. Damn, that girl is good. I mean, there's so much more there. I was covered in piss. I mean, this stuff is horrific. Another one, I'm currently having an affair with my wife's sister, and I just needed a place to say that out loud. She has the best smelling, best tasting P word and a-hole in the universe. This one, I'm back. We took a break for a little, but picked back up where we left off. I hooked up with my wife's sister, and boy, was it good. The pee is still creamy, and that, I mean, again, it is actually very hard to read these. But let me show you Donald Trump speaking in a church, and here's what Donald Trump's led a chant of the BS in the church over and over again. Here, play the clip.
So they come up with this order. I won't say it because I don't like using the word bullshit in front of these beautiful children. So I won't say it. I will not say it. But this thing allows millions of people.
So that's Donald Trump speaking in a church, and I made an attempt to go through those messages. I see why they don't publish them. I could go. I'm not going to read more of them. It was too hard for me to read them, but that's as much as I can read. By the way, do you remember there was like a Democrat named Cal Cunningham who ran for Senate in 2020? And his big scandal was an extramarital affair, and all the Republicans went crazy at this, right? Where he said to another woman who was not his wife, hey, you are historically sexy every day and every night. I want to kiss you. I want to kiss you back. That was it. That was the outrage, where Republicans were like, oh, this is disqualifying. This is so immoral. Get this guy out. And he lost, Cal Cunningham. And so I think it's an important reference point as well. And again, you know, there's other posts where also Mark Robinson refers to himself, again, if that is his account, he denies it, but there's, again, overwhelming evidence, as a black Nazi, he says, posting like SS photos of like a Nazi army as well. And, you know, and this is who the Republican Party supports. They came out with a statement, here it is, saying the North Carolina GOP statement, Mark Robinson has categorically denied the allegations made by CNN, but that won't stop the left from trying to demonize him via personal attacks. The left needs this election to be a personality contest, not a policy contest, because if voters are focused on policy, Republicans win on election day. Democrats have no answers on the record-setting inflation and the open border policies that have both defined VP Harris's tenure in the White House and have decimated family budgets across North Carolina. The left can try to smear Mark Robinson all they want, but when voters go in the polls, they're going to ask, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? I mean, we are objectively better. You know, and again, this behavior by the Republican Party, to me, is Just one of the things that shows what a kind of a sad state they're in right now. I mean, 4 years ago, there were Trump lockdowns and there was no football, and there was no college football, and there was no toilet paper, and there were food lines that stretched miles because people were starving to death because Donald Trump couldn't deal with the supply chain issues because he pretended like a miracle COVID was going to go away, and he told us to inject bleach in our arms and had no plans and said there shouldn't be any testing. I mean, this was not 4 years ago, was not a good time period in the history of the United States of America. There were multiple days where there were record-setting drops of the Dow. I mean, the economy's up, jobs are up, things are objectively better, and objectively we should look at this conduct by Mark Robinson, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, and say, no, enough. But it's just not the state of our politics anymore. So anyway, as our editor-in-chief Ron Filipkowski says, North Carolina Republican Party is officially standing behind the black Nazi with trans porn fetish, allegedly, because he claims he didn't do it. But there's a lot of evidence to suggest he did. And, it's not like they're saying we're going to conduct an investigation, we're going to look into it. So anyway, I hope you're okay that I did my best to read some of those. And I'm not, there's a ton more like that. You get the point. So anyway, hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers together. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.